So hi YouTube, we find ourselves in a bit of a predicament today. We're just out on a trail ride with a buddy, a couple of sleds, and my sled has just run out of fuel. Not quite sure how that happened. I didn't put fuel in the sleds and we didn't go very far. Maybe a mechanical problem. But anyway, we're probably about 4 kilometers to the truck. My friend's gone to get some fuel and return, so he's going to be at least an hour and a half. He's gone on his sled, but then he's got to go get gas. So yeah, it's minus 20, maybe 22, maybe a little bit colder. There's not much around me. I'm just on a trail. So this is one of the things that can happen when you're out. You've just got to be prepared. So what I'm going to do is just try and get some get out the wind. It's quite a windy day. Get a little fire going and wait till he gets back. And there's the sled. Luckily I brought enough equipment with me to do everything. I've got food, I've got water, I've got stuff for making a shelter if things get really bad. So what I'm doing is just collecting up some of this dry grass, or dryish. Can't see any birch around. I think this grass might work okay. Out of the wind. Okay, get some more wood. So I just collected some wood and got some nice sap. That's going to help me a lot, so I'm going to gather that some of that up as well. So you can do this with one hand. So we've got a small fire going and we're out of the wind. Sorry I couldn't catch the moment. I needed to have two hands, but I've got a little bit of that resin in there and that's hopefully going to keep it going, but I need to feed some more wood onto the fire. But you know, this is a good start. Fire is always good. So we're in a good position right now. Got some snow melting with that little pot, which I just did a YouTube video for. Just gonna pop the lid on. And we can have a brew, or we can get some soup going. These are the Gore-Tex outers for the mittens. I did a review on a couple of days ago. And I'm just using them with thin inner gloves because there's heated hand grips on that thing, so your hands actually get quite warm. This is my little rocket pouch. I keep everything in. Stove and the extra food, and these are great. I do have the yoke and everything, but that's another video right there. And of course my Badlands Nano, keep that with me, and just to keep me off the snow, got my waterproof Alp kit bag, which is excellent. So yeah, warmth from the fire makes a big difference. He's going to be a little while, so you know, I don't want to run the risk of getting cold and then run into difficulty, so a little bit of preparedness now will do the job. So it goes to show, no matter where you are or how well you plan things, sorry, smoke, things will and can always go wrong, and it's not the time to find out for the first time whether your gear works or not. That's why I practice with my equipment. If you're in a more temperate climate, like England for instance, you know what, you get a little bit cold. Yes, you could run the risk of hypothermia, but you've got cell coverage in most places. People can come and help you. In Canada, it's not really that simple. You've got to look after yourself or be prepared to look after yourself. So having the equipment, testing it out regularly, making sure that it's all there is very, very important. Now I can enjoy a fire, wait for my buddy to come back, and the worst case scenario, let's say you had an accident, something happened, you couldn't make it back, I've got enough stuff here to keep me going for the night. I could walk out the next day if need be. The time probably now is about 4 o'clock. I've got about an hour's light left, somewhere around there. So I'm not too worried. Just got to keep this fire going, get this water nice and hot, and happy days. So we've got a bit of an upgrade just to help speed things up, and there you can see using the actual hot hanger with the lid, and that should speed up the melting of the ice and boiling of the water. So we're going to have orange pekoe tea, and we're almost at a boil now. And I always keep one of the it's a Canadian Forces MRE ration meals. They're very compact. This is an old one I've had in there for a while. I keep taking bits out of it, but again, for the I think they're maybe $5 I think you can buy them for, just to have one of those in your truck or in your quad or in your backpack when you're out. It contains everything you need for a little bit of time to get by. It's got tea, coffee, all sorts of stuff in there. So they're really good for the money and for survival. I think they also have matches in there, which I should have maybe used. It really is quite windy out today. But just out in this hollow here, I'm out the most of the wind, so it's really quite cool. And this is what I use to start the fire. It's one of the smaller Light My Fires, and you can see quite a bit of use over the years. I have several of these, and I keep them in all my equipment. There's one in everything, so just in case I lose one or miss one, then I've got someone in got another one in something else. Now this is a small SOG crosscut, I think it's called, that I attach it to, so it's even harder to lose. And this is quite a nice pair of scissors and a small knife. It's kind of handy. I don't really use it that often, but it's kind of useful. Yeah, so the water's boiling now. This is where the hat grabber comes in pretty handy. You don't want to use the baler technique. That should be plenty. There we go. Yeah. I want to keep that off the ice. The only downside to these using these as a cup is once they get warm, they tend to burn your lips. like that. Ow. Ah, very nice. So he's arrived back with the fuel, got the fuel in, so I can pack up my little camp now, and it's the end of the little adventure. But it's nice to know that you've got enough stuff just in case these things happen, and they sometimes do.